That's
We're
good.
live whenever you're ready.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Pull Up 3. I am Paragon Don.
I'm Jamae.
And I'm Jay Trent.
I don't know why it feels like we have not recorded in a long time, and it's only been
I
like a
know.
week and a day at most. Um, Today we'll be talking some unrivaled awards, our conference tournament champions, and what else did we say? It was something else.
We're gonna do a draft.
Ah, we
Oh, that's
always love
right.
those.
That's right.
Um, so do we want to tackle the conference champions first, or conference tournaments first, or the unrivaled
Let's do
awards first?
Unrivaled because I don't really have anything to say about them. Honestly, I haven't watched Unrivaled in like 4 weeks, so I don't know what the fuck they
Yeah.
got going over there.
Yeah. It's especially now that the unrivaled first and second team is out. There's um not a whole lot to be said because I feel like the MVP ballot kind of is gonna be what it is.
I
But
feel like half the league is hurt in some capacity, and like they just signed hella relief players, which kind of sucks. Praise up to Stewie. I mean, I'm sure she's gonna be fine, but it's not 1942, but I'm sure she's gonna be good.
I'm
They used to put peas on meniscus stairs.
also kind of I'm side her a little bit because why the fuck did you like lose, like not make the playoffs and then immediately go get surgery? Like, what was you gonna do if you made the playoffs? Like, how was y'all going? Like, did you
she was
tank
gonna
on purpose? I have questions.
nah that she was gonna thug it out. They needed to wrap it up. So so she could rest up.
If Unrivaled got motion like that, or players playing through injuries, I don't know.
I don't know if they would have motion for anybody but Stewie and Fee, just because they're like the founding the founding body or whatever.
But
Oh yeah,
honestly, I feel
because
like
Stewie
if
got a paid vacation. I mean, not Stewie. Sabrina got a paid vacation.
her and fucking
Nah,
Marina,
she
Marina pissed me off
nah
too,
Marie.
actually, because why the
Marina's was
fuck?
OD.
No, she didn't play all season, and then in your final fucking game against the vinyl, mind you, you want to hit a fucking game winner. You could have set your ass out. What did you come? What did you come and do that for? Like, now I have to blame her
Thankfully,
forever.
yeah. Thankfully, Divina will be in the playoffs anyway. We'll be playing against against the one seed Lunar Owls, who are probably going to sweep all of the awards in this season because they've just been head and shoulders better than everybody else. So
The
I did not
road
expect I did not expect my vinyl to win, but I will
I
be here for
expected
y'all.
it to be better than that. They like it was like they were doing so good, and then they was just like, "All right, we done." Like, girl, it's week
It was
three.
like
You couldn't
it
wait.
was like, all right, yeah. It's like y'all go out there and work on your game. Which I respect a little bit, but on the other side, it's like I know it's an off-season league, so it's like we chilling, but also,
Mm,
but it's okay. The unrivaled teams were released today, and the first team is Nafisa Collier, Chelsea Gray, and Kayla McBride. The second team is Skylar Diggins Smith, Ryan Howard, and Angel Reese. So I suspect that the MVP voting is just going to be the three first team players. I expect it to
I
be Fee, Chelsea,
I'm
and
confused though
K
because
Mac.
it's well, not confused, but like, was it MVP voting based on fan voting?
The fans have a vote.
Okay,
it's like all-star voting.
okay,
Yeah.
because yeah, I think I got confused too because I was looking at when they put out um the first team and second team, they were like the media had like a 20% vote, and then like the players had 40%, and then somebody else had like 30% or something like that. Um, and I was like, okay, all right. What happened to the fan vote? But then I was like, oh, that's just strictly MVP. So never mind.
Yeah,
I would imagine that an MVP award is going to Fee.
yeah. That's why I say I feel like the Lunar Owls are just gonna sweep this. Like she's probably gonna win MVP. She's probably gonna win DPOI, and they're probably gonna have the Coach of the Year too. Like they just, what was their record?
They lost 2 games, 1 game.
Yeah,
Yeah, because they didn't lose that second time. Yeah, so they only lost 1 game.
yeah, 13-1.
Yeah.
Like there's just a huge gap. Like the Rose ended up as the 2 seed, which great for them because
Hilarious. Hilarious.
yeah,
Good for
and
me.
yeah, and Chelsea Gray playing like an MVP candidate, and Angel Reese playing like a fringe depoy candidate. Is that safe to say? I
Honestly,
think
I'm
she was.
surprised you didn't give her depoy like altogether. Because
I
I,
think
I
she's.
I I get the fee pick, but I would be very shocked if she did not win depoy.
I would. I put it like this. I would love to see Angel win it. I don't know if Angel has the defensive stats for the voters to be like, yeah, she was the best defender out here. But there were several possessions when I was watching them where she would just take over defensively, which I always thought that she's always been a very good on ball defender, but like she's improved as a help defender too,
Yeah.
and she'll have like some highlight sequences where she doesn't actually get a steal or a block, but you can you can see how she impacts the play defensively.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And two, I think she forced a few of them that she didn't really like get credit for too. So I would, I feel like she would have probably been my pick. If not her, I probably would have picked Leash. Because I do
Mm.
think she went out there and took like the hardest matchup in every game. But other than that, yeah, I think those would have been. I get Fee is like the choice, right? But I think I would have picked but one of them too.
I think Leash has like I think Leash has some really good I think her steal numbers were pretty good too. So they might look at that and give her some credit too.
Yeah.
Coach of the year. Coach of the year, I know that it's gonna go to the Lunar Owls coach. I mean,
Who's
they went
their
13
coach?
and
Is it
1.
Adam? No, is Wade? No, Wade is the Laces coach.
Yeah, he's the latest coach.
DJ Sackman.
DJ.
And I was gonna say he could because they ended up 7-7. They ended up the third seed with all of the absences and injuries that they had. I wouldn't be mad for him to get a look. But I was gonna say I wouldn't hate to see Nola Henry get it.
I wouldn't either because they were projected to be last, and they was looking real funny in the light. They really turned it around. I was like, "Oh, girl, y'all, I don't want to put y'all last because my sister on this team, but y'all are not helping y'all selves right now." But they turned it around, so I would not be against her winning either.
I'm looking at this thing and or this someone else guessing the awards, and they said they for defensive player they actually had Brianna Stewart second, and well, Bleacher Report had Fee, Brenda Stewart, and then Angel Reese. I see another one that said Ryan Howard and Brenda Stewart.
They're lying. Look,
Okay,
this is becoming that thing where people like give people depoy awards because they didn't make MVP. You have to stop. It has to stop right now. I'm tired. I'm tired. Mm-mm. It's a no
okay.
for me.
So DJ Sackman is the Lunar Owls coach. But what um what I was gonna say is I do think And see, the thing about Stewie and Ryan, I think that they both played pretty good defense, but you're not giving a depoy to a player whose team won 5 games.
This is why Wimby can not win Depoy at the moment. Like people be trying
Yeah,
to
I
give him
mean, it's
Depoy,
to me,
and
to me, that's the same concept. And I'm not saying that they didn't play really good defense. Like when I watched them play, those two were clearly the best defenders on their team. Like I should say that. But it's difficult to say, oh, this was the best defender here.
Which I think this is a sidebar conversation, but let's discuss it anyway. Um, do you think your depoy has to come from the best defensive team?
no, not at
No.
all.
Okay.
No, I don't think it has to. And see, it's funny that you say that because I'm thinking about the Lunar Owls, and they were the best defensive team, but they had multiple great defenders.
Yeah.
Honestly, I find it
Like,
rarer.
like.
Oh, go ahead, my bad.
No, I was gonna say, like, Fee had some great defensive moments. Clearly, I mean, block steals as well as just getting stops. Period. And you could say the same for Leash. So I wonder if the votes end up being split between the two, and then somebody else end up getting it. Like, what if like does Angel end up getting it because voters get split between Fee and Leash defensively?
Hmm. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I'm starting to lean towards like your depoy needs to come from your best defensive team. And only because I feel like defense, I mean, it's always been this way, but it's always just like who's the loudest defender. And it's like being a loud defender, but your team winning 5 games isn't like that might mean your team is just bad at defense. You know, like you're just not, you're, of course, you're going to stand out among the people who are not defending well. So, like, I don't know. It's something I've been thinking about since um, Claire Strack won Defensive Player of the Year. And I get that she was averaging like 3 blocks a game or something like that. Um, but it's like when you look at like the Ole Miss or Texas or South Carolina, who's like team is like y'all are holding teams to 50 points or whatever the fuck. Like, should I really just be picking the person who got 3 blocks a game when like
Yeah,
this
I
team
get
is
it.
clearly like because it's clearly a team effort, right? Like it's not like it's just defense is as is offense. It is a team thing, right? But like I don't know. I've been thinking about that ever since
I
she was
feel
out.
like it's rarer to see Depoy come from the best defensive team. Like I'm thinking about it from, let's say, like an NBA perspective. I feel like a lot of times it's just like who elevates defense the most or who like they consider elevates defense the most. Like right
Yeah.
now, the Thunder have like to me by far the best defense in the league. But like none of them niggas are in the running for defensive player of the year because I mean SGA kind of might, but it's like none of them niggas are probably gonna get it just because people
Hmm.
recognize their team defense was so good. Rudy Gobert has gotten like 3 or 4 depoys just on the strength of I think the one time he got on the Timberwolves were exceptional on defense as a whole. Like I think they were probably the best defense in the league. But I think the other times where he got it for the Jazz, it was just recognized where he elevated this defense so much strictly because he was there. Um, I'm looking at the defensive numbers for the W last season. In 2024, the Liberty had the no, what am I looking at?
Actually, I think it was the Lynx or the I think the Lynx would have had the best defense.
Sorry, the Connecticut Sun had the best defensive rating out
Okay.
of all the teams. Now,
Hmm.
Alyssa Thomas getting deployed to me would have been perfectly fine. Um, 2023, it was the Aces, so Asia got it. 2022 was the Mystics, and the
Asia got it.
Asia got it, but the
Yeah, Asia got it.
Aces were sixth in defense that year. So 2021, Sylvia Fowles got it, and the Lynx were fourth. So Connecticut was the best defense that year. The Mystics were the best defense of 2022 and yeah, and 2022. So yeah, it don't seem like a common thing in either side, but
It's not a common thing.
I can see how it should probably lean more towards that
I've
too.
just been too thinking about it too, because like when people do MVP, it's like best player, best team, right? Like you're not getting an
Mhm.
MVP award if you're not like a 4 seed, you know, but for the most part, unless you've done something like extraordinary, like niggas is like, your team stinks, so like we don't care what you
Mhm.
did. And so it's like the fact that the same logic doesn't apply for defense, which I get, is like, it's like I get it, but I don't get it, because like Connecticut is, we've seen Connecticut be the best defense or a top five defense for the last 5 years. And you're not going to tell me
Mhm.
that like Alyssa Thomas, like Alyssa Thomas not having a DPOY award when she's clearly anchoring the best
Travesty.
defense is crazy. Like that's insane
Travesty.
when you think about it. And it's like your team is the number one defense, but you can't get the award because they like, oh, y'all play good team defense. But if she's not on that team, like that defense doesn't look like that. So I don't know.
Mhm.
I feel like it's, I've not been just thinking about how like crazy that is, that like we don't look at defense like that. And again, like I know it's because like people don't know how to like accurately view defense, and like it's something that you really do have to watch. Especially if you're not just giving it to the blocks leader or the steals leader or whatever. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I just think that that's crazy. I've just been thinking about that for like, I've been thinking about that for weeks now.
Yeah, I think I guess something that I like about it is that there's no set criteria for these awards, which I kind of appreciate because then it would be boring to discuss. So I'm glad that, you can, whatever your case is, you can present your case
Yeah.
and say, this is why the player on this team should win it. Like I understand um the argument for Clara Strat to be SEC Defensive Player of the Year because she was blocking every shot. But on the other side, you say, but South Carolina had one of the top defenses. So, and Raven Johnson is one of the best perimeter defenders in the country.
Yeah,
So, do you give it to her?
she's not gonna get a nod because like, or even Bree Hall. Like Bree Hall takes on the best defensive assignment every night, and you're not. She didn't even get a fucking all defensive team nod. It's like you can't like, but it's the same thing for Flage. Like you're defending the best player on the opposite team every night, and like you would still never be considered the best defender. And like nobody's gonna be like, oh, she's the best defender in the country, which is like ridiculous, right? But like,
It's funny, and it's funny because I do feel like a lot of the time these defensive awards get skewed toward bigs, which I
mm-hmm,
don't completely disagree with because I think defensively there's nothing more valuable than protecting the rim, which is why it was so easy for Aaliyah Boston to get those Depoy awards. Because it was clear like, oh, South Carolina's the best defense. She's one of the best rim protectors in the country. She's a great post defender. That's easy. We'll just give her the award.
yeah,
And not to say that they were wrong to do that, but when a team has a top defense and their best defender is a perimeter player, they look at it differently. And they
yeah,
say, okay, so who else can we give it to?
Who else? Who
Because
else is coming down
it's
here?
like where the post players at? Like we need a rim protector over here.
But I will say
So
that's why it's really fascinating that Hannah Hidalgo has been back to back ACC depoy because you could have very easily looked at a Michaela Timpson, for example, who was like a very solid rim protector, and like you could have very easily given her that award. Her defense is solid. Like Florida State, I don't know like where they rank defensively, but I test they're a pretty solid team, defensive team. So the fact that Hannah like got the award again, and I don't know, I feel like she got less steals this year. That's too could just be like an illusion. I don't know
I'm
her.
looking. She did. She got less steals this year.
Okay, I'm like I feel like she did less this year and to still get the award is a little crazy. But either way, I don't know. I think it's interesting that she's done it back to back, being a perimeter and a small guard, no less. Like,
Right. Yeah, and I'm looking now. So she had 160 steals last year. She was averaging 4.6 steals per game. This year she has 108 steals, and she's averaging 3.7 steals per game.
which is still a fucking lot. Like that's
No,
Yeah.
no,
three steals a
that is
game is still
incredible.
crazy. No
I
shit,
think
That is
it.
like
incredible.
I think what helps Hannah is the fact that, we mentioned it before. Like there are certain people who get more credit for defense because they're like louder. Like I just feel like defense is probably the hardest thing in the sport to judge because you
mhm.
don't really know what people's schemes are, what their goal is on the defensive end. Like on offense, the goal is to like score or to help somebody score. But on defense, it's like, am I trying to funnel them to this person? Am I trying to completely shut them down? Am I trying to get a steal? Like there's a lot of different options. And with Hannah, she the same height as Quinta Brunson, and she averages almost 4 steals a game. Like that's very loud and and her play she makes like the plays she makes off of those steals are really big. So I think her on top of the fact that of course she's a really good defensive player and she guards a lot of the best players on the team, it's uh her defensive impact is very noticeable compared to a lot of other people.
I will
Yeah.
say too, I think the
Plus,
thing that helps her is too that like she's a an offensive player. Like
mhm.
I don't know if she just got these steals in like, you know, if she just got the steals, I don't think it would mean as much. Like I not that it wouldn't mean as much, but like I don't think people would pay much attention to it. But it's like you averaging 3 steals a game and you scoring 20 points, like you're kind of doing a lot. And so I feel like that's kind of something you can't like ignore, I suppose. But yeah.
Yeah, I think that's important too. Like if she was averaging 11 points per game instead of 24, they wouldn't talk about how good of a defender she is. Now she's an excellent defender,
Yeah.
but it's the fact that she's the focal point of Notre Dame's offense, and she gets these big steal numbers,
Mm-hmm.
and so now she's got that reputation of being one of the best defenders in the ACC, which she is. But that's it helps her case. I agree.
Speaking of the ACC, do you want to go ahead and talk about the conference tournaments?
Did y'all have anything else on Rival? I didn't mean to derail us. I just needed to get that off my chest.
I mean, it's fine because we were just talking about like the award stuff, which I think the um the MVP ballot is just gonna be the first team. Like it's gonna be Fee, it's gonna be Chelsea, it's gonna be K Mac. Like that's gonna be the MVP ballot. I'm pretty sure.
And I'm gonna say I'm just gonna pick the Rose to win it all because I won't be betting against Chelsea Gray. So
Not in the postseason. Um, when she get and especially with this role that she's been on, I think she's second in the league in scoring. Is that right?
that feels right. That feels
I
right.
think so.
I think the fact that she struggled, quote unquote, so much at the beginning, and then like she's turned it around this drastically to be able to make first team is truly a testament to her. Because yeah, this little tear that she's been on is absolutely insane.
Yeah, she is actually third in scoring. So yeah, Fee is averaging almost 26. K-Mac is averaging 22. Chelsea is averaging 21.
It makes sense.
So yeah, Rose Laces and Lunar Owls Vinyl. Those are the playoff matchups.
Give me the laces and the lunar owls.
I was ready to say they did. I'm gonna still pick the Rose, but then I just remembered they got Jackie again.
Mm.
I'm gonna still pick the Rose though, but I'm a little now. It's a little. I'm gonna still pick them though, but I don't know. All right, conference tournament. We'll start with ACC. ACC was won by Duke, who was the 4 seed. And it seems like a lot of people did not expect that to happen, including me.
Including all of us, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
You will
Yeah,
not. I apologize to Duke.
You know that
no.
though. I'm I'm not gonna apologize to them because Duke is so fucking chaotic. I think the thing is like I always felt like Duke is a team that could win and like they would always be a sleeper program to me. But it's just like for me, I don't know. I never know if they could play disciplined basketball for more than like 2 minutes. And for them to do it in back-to-back games is crazy. And I mean like they stuck to the game plan for damn near 40 minutes twice, like in 2 days. And I think that's crazy. So I have to give Kara her ones. Um, because she was rotating like them rotations. You know they were good when fucking Reagan Richards did not foul out. Like that lady be doing being silly. and Kara made sure her ass did not fuck the shit up. I was impressed, honestly. I was impressed.
Man, Durham, at the very beginning of the game when NC State was whooping that ass, I was talking to Jermaine and I was like, damn, Kara doing a lot of like subbing. Like she was getting that niggas out of there fast. It was like if you fucked up like 1 or 2 times in a row,
Sit down.
let's recoup. Come over. I'm pretty she's had to have subbed in at least uh three or four people before the first quarter even ended. Like she was like, "We're gonna figure this out because I'm not going out like this." And I'm sure Jermaine is gonna give her time for Westmore slander. But to me, in watching that game, it seemed like NC State was like on the verge of out talenting Duke. Like they were just hitting tough shot and making really good plays and all this other type of things. And then when they stopped hitting shots and the talent was not enough, NC State did not know what to do. Like there were multiple possessions when Duke was pulling like catching up, and then when Duke started to pull away, they would just come down the court and like Isaiah James would shoot a pull up, or Zoe Brooks would shoot a pull up, or it'd be like one pass, Sinai Rivers uh she drive and that just kind of be it. It's like it wasn't really any movement besides maybe a couple like out of bounds plays. And uh I feel like is it Trigger? Is that Trigger or
Yeah,
Trigger?
trigger.
I don't know what my girl was doing. To be honest, it seemed like my girl was getting deep fried. It's like they seen her and they seen food, and or she wasn't getting no boards like that. And I don't know. It was just like I don't. I will always preface my coaching questions with I don't know what their particular game plan might have been, but it just seemed like everyone, including the coach, thought they was gonna walk in and whoop these niggas' ass. And when the game got close, it was like, oh, don't know what to do here. And there were just no adjustments at all. It seemed to me there were no adjustments at all. I'm not gonna say there weren't any, but it did not seem like there were any.
I think the funniest thing was like, I think it was like the third quarter, and it was like late in the third quarter, and they had put Trigger back in the game, and Don looked at me and was like, "She getting fucking cooked. Why would he put her back?" And I was like, "That girl got 3 fouls. Like I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, big dog. But she a starter? I don't know. Like I can't. I don't know." But this is why my slander is warranted, and this is why that man shouldn't have won that award. This is his karma. He like this is his karma. I'm not sorry about it. He I really like NC State's guards, but I just to me he just like that's their thing all the time. It's like if they can't all out dog you or out talent you, there's nothing else there, and it usually works because what Isaiah James gets hot, you're cooked. You know what I'm saying? Zoe Brooks gets to the rim, you're cooked. Sanaya Rivers in that mini, you're cooked. But when shit starts slowing down, that man don't be getting them no easy looks. I'm like, why you don't have that lady coming off, curling off the screen or something? Like, do something to make shit easier. And it's like, they'd be out there just like, all right, I'm gonna just, I ain't saying they're playing 1v1 because they still be trying to get each other involved, but like, it almost feel like, yeah, we gonna go down there and I'm gonna try to get my best shot. Y'all get the rebound. Like, I don't, what's the play call? What we doing?
I just want to say NC State ass wasn't even supposed to be there because Georgia Tech was supposed to shoot the ball. That's what I want to talk about actually, because I thought I would stop being pissed off about this after this happened, and I actually every time I think about it, it pisses me off because first of all, that foul call at the end, I was like, all right, nigga, I
With some
guess.
bullshit. It was some bullshit. They
It
say
was
it's the ass.
it was real. All right, nigga, I guess. So Georgia Tech plays a fantastic fucking game, all fucking game. Uh, they was going fucking stupid. I was like, no, they're about to. I was saying all game, do it for Jake Trent, like all game. And these niggas come down the court and do not shoot until she didn't shoot until a second let off of this. It was a second after the buzzer sounded, and then she shot the ball. I'm like, bro, what the fuck you got going on? And and, and again, I know there are situations that I would just never be able to fully understand because they have played a higher level of sport than me. I respect them always for that. But it's like you knew everyone knew it was seconds left when y'all got that impound.
I don't think she knew. I don't
And
think
then
she knew.
if she didn't, then that's an issue. When old girl threw her
Yeah.
that ball with like 2 or 3 seconds left, she's sized her defender up, and I'm like, nigga, you have to shoot the ball. First of
No,
all,
but you could tell that I don't know. The coach, I don't know. I mean, I know they had no timeout. The coach should have called something because the way Tony brought the ball. First of all, she got the ball over half court so fucking fast, and then well, I think Sanaya was defending her. She like almost screens for who had the ball? Was it damn, who should get a ball to? Carnegie. She like screens for Carnegie basically and like hands her the ball and literally she could have just shot over her. But then she just was like, triple threat. Like, sister, no, that's not the time. She's triple threat right now. She could like, I think it was Zoe who was defending Carnegie. Like she damn near, this is what we talk about too, foul dating is a skill. Because she was playing her so close that if she would have fucking like just leaned into her, like it would have been a foul. We could have at least got mad about it because they probably wouldn't have called it. But like I could at least been like, bro, it's over foul, and like, to do the whole thing. But yeah, I don't think my sister was. She didn't know. She couldn't have known. She looked so confused.
That shit made me sad. And it was crazy because Florida State did play before. I mean, the game before did some bullshit where I felt like they could have won and they just folded. So it was just like a fold after a fold after a fold. Who folded first that day? It wasn't even Florida State. It was
It was Florida State. They played UNC first.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Florida State folded first, and then
Because Tanaya could not get a fucking bucket. I was like, sister, please turn it on. Turn it on.
that
And
shit
she just
upset
never turned it on.
that shit upset me. I was sick. But yeah, that Georgia Tech shit pissed me off. So NC State ass shouldn't have been. It should have been Georgia Tech versus Duke, regardless. But yeah, uh, Georgia Tech. I'm sorry.
Shit. I mean,
I hope you make amends in the NCAA tournament. You gotta do something for me.
um, fucking shit, Notre Dame. I mean, they didn't win anyway, but they should have lost against Cal. Like, that was some bullshit too. I was like, Kyle, please hit a shot. They made me mad though. Like the last 30 seconds, they decided like they started wanting to hit threes. Sister, we needed y'all to do that 2.5 minutes ago. Like, just if y'all would have hit those 2 threes 2 minutes ago, this game would be different right now.
I
Because
think
it's
it's kind
not
of
like they were playing like Notre Dame was playing really good or anything. Like they look mid.
it really seems like it seemed like when it comes down to it, for the most part, a lot of these teams are like pretty damn close, but it's like them last like 5 minutes is what really separates the good from the great teams. Because majority of them games in the ACC tournament were close, or I mean, even though the NC State and Duke game ended with them winning like what they win by 11, like they were down by a good amount majority of the game, and then they locked these niggas up in the third, and then they pulled away at the end of the fourth. But like that game could have went either way in that fourth, and Duke decided to get right at the end of that. But like these teams are viable to beat anybody. It's just what are you prepared to do for me when this fourth quarter hits? Are you ready for whatever it takes to get this dub? And not even just hitting a shot. It's like, are you ready to be in position to where you need to be to get a rebound, to screen, to do you know what's going on? How much time is left? Are you going to defend without fouling? Just like shit like that. And it seems like that's what these upper echelon teams are prepared to do that these other kind of like more middle teams aren't. Uh, and then during March Madness, it's like, you know what? Actually, we do know what's going on. We figured it out.
Oh yeah, man. I don't know. They stress me out. I do. I really do though, like have to give a lot of credit to Duke. Like I've never felt like more proud of a team that I was not a part of. Like she Alucia Kanawa, I've been saying forever that she is an amazing player, but she be having too much dip on her fucking chip. But I've never seen somebody like lock in. Like I don't even know if she had turnovers that game. Like I feel like her whole signature thing is some very bonehead turnover, and I can't even like remember her making. I'm sure she made mistakes. Like I cannot remember her making mistakes, and like that is growth for real because that's like not what Duke is known for, and even like the scoring thing, like Ashlyn Jackson's, I swear when I looked at the box score, like her shooting percentages were terrible, but I swear to God, every three that she hit was timely. I was like, oh, I didn't even know she went 3 for fucking 12 because she hit it when it mattered. And it's like, that's also why I don't really care about efficiency, but like also she ain't that. Like, I don't know.
So Ashley Jackson won. Well, to start, Alucia Conable, she only had one turnover. Uh, she only had one turnover and two fouls, and she only missed five shots, so she was 8 for 13. I do not. She had 10 rebounds. I don't remember her grabbing all these damn rebounds. So that was another thing. Like that was just really impressive performance, especially off the bench. Like she played the second most minutes on the team, tied with Jaden Donovan. I respect that. Kara figured out like, okay, this is what's going to win me this game is Alucci. Like I may know what my the regular stuff is, but like this is what's gonna win me this game. Um, Jaden Donovan played 33 minutes and she had 8 points and 2 assists. And it was crazy because the one shot she hit was so important. I was talking to Jermaine when this happened, and that shit reminded me of when Rudy Gobert hit that turnaround against the Nuggets. It was like the play before she did not shoot a shot that she was supposed to shoot. And she got that shit and she turned around and I was like, oh, Duke is not losing this game. It was a crazy ass. It was her only two buckets of the game, but that shit was in the fourth. And then Ashley Jackson, so she was 7 for 14 from the field and 3 for 7 from the 3 point line. She had 22, 6 and 1. Now, Ashley was her points were like the loudest to me. It just seemed like it kept being people like it was NC State people in front of us that was like, damn, she can sure shoot. Like it was every time she would like do a curl mid-range jumper, that shit was cash. And it was just like, I know them bitches hurt. It, and she kept hitting them, and you could just see the the excitement come off of every NC State fan's face the longer that her shooting went on, and it went from believing they can win this game to having to make up a reason why they did not win. Like it was people outside, like, yeah, they needed this because they never win anything. And it's like, damn, I know y'all hurt. And I get it. Because I be saying shit like that too when niggas lose. So it was kind of funny to watch that in person. But yeah, shout out to Duke, shout out to Kara. Um that was a lovely tournament. Shout out to Meg because this would not have been possible without her. We love her very much. My dog.
The most famous person I've ever met. Like when people start to be like, who's the most famous person in my phone? Meg Abrams.
Meg the baller. He said, I did say girl.
That shit was extremely funny. I can't lie. I can't lie. That man said, I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but are you that girl from that viral video? Like, sir, what? Why would you say that to somebody you don't know? Like, and she just
It's
looked
like
at her like,
it's
yeah.
like I am, but what if I wasn't?
Right, right. Like, what if she wasn't? Like, what were you gonna do? She was like, yeah, that's me. He's like, oh yeah. I oh I just watched your video the other day.
Then he called somebody on FaceTime to be like, this is the girl that video you sent me.
Yes. Like on no notes. He dead ass was like, he was like, hey yo, look. And Megan's just standing right there. She like turns around. He's like, just a girl. And she like, hey. And some random girl, I guess the girl who was with him came around the corner and he was like, she's the girl from that video. And she's like, what? He's like, the video he showed me the other day. She's like, oh my God. I was like, this is the funniest thing I've ever witnessed.
So
Like,
my girl famous. I
That
did lose
is
a
hilarious.
knockout to someone who could not have been older than 9 years old. That was crazy as shit.
See, this is
Um,
news to me. I wasn't aware of this.
I had to send you the film. It's funny because it happened the very first shot of the game, like very first. Like I got in line and I thought Meg and Jermaine were gonna participate with me and they didn't. So they had me line up with like these two little kids and like somebody probably like a 18-year-old girl and an 18-year-old boy. And they put me first. And I was like, I told the dude before he passed me the ball, I was like, I feel like I'm about to lose. And so I shot my first shot and I went to get my rebound and that bitch went straight in. And I
No,
was like,
this nigga Don just knew he was too fucking cool, bro. Like, why the fuck are you shooting a one-legged floater? Like, you're first. You need to be trying to make that shit. And that nigga just like walk into the basket, and the little boy like the
No,
boy
no,
I think is
I
like
didn't do, I
three
did
foot
not
five.
walk. I didn't walk to the basket. I jogged to my ball, but
There is
I
video.
ain't want,
It will be posted. Don't worry.
I ain't want to run and I ain't want to shoot. I was like, let me just see this nigga make this, and that nigga damn sure made. Now, to my defense, he did beat everybody else.
He
I just
did
happened to be
win. He did
first.
win.
He did win.
So
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, that
I
was
mean, it's not too bad.
he was
but,
locked in. He was
but yeah.
like,
Then Jermaine beat me in the shooting game, and then come to find out that shit was rigged.
don't do too much. I beat you fair and square, bro. It was
There's
11-6. You were never gonna win.
nigga I had nine. Now you lying.
I'm crying. Like halfway through the game, I looked up because I was just like throwing the shit up, and then I looked up and I was like, "Am I winning?" And I looked over and I was like, "I'm winning. I can't. I gotta lock in to make sure I don't lose."
Bro, the shit ended, and I was like, Jermaine, when the hell did you make this many baskets? Because I did not notice that. And then I looked at the footage after she sent it. Like, she probably sent that shit like Monday. And I was like, this shit was giving you baskets for shit you did not make. Like, no wonder how I was. I was like, I swear to God, I don't remember you making that.
The funniest part though is that when I walked up, like when we walked up there, the girl who was just leaving, she was like, "Don't go to the outside one because it's not counting points." I was like, "I'm gonna send him over there. Don't worry."
See, I didn't even know that.
Well, I thought Meg was gonna play with us. I was like, I'm gonna let them two have it. I ain't worried about that. I can't lose. And then she didn't play, so but that shit was fun. It was cute. It was a cute little thing. I got this poster up there. You kind of see it. Um, yeah, it was a cute little thing they had going on.
Next time, Jay will be with us, so I don't have to Photoshop him.
Yes, I will be there. If you saw the picture of me photoshopped in, um, Don is very funny for that. But
That shit had me screaming.
I went to your Instagram immediately. I was like, I got to put Jay in this picture. I was like, I got to. That's the family. And it's also funny because when she came, uh when she walked out, I was like, it's Elizabeth Williams. And then I was like, I wasn't gonna say nothing because Jermaine and I already talked about this. Like during All-Star weekend, I was kind of scared about like talking to certain people outside of like certain things. So I was like, I don't know what them niggas doing. And Jermaine was like, Elizabeth. And I was like, oh.
And that's exactly how I sounded too. I was like, Elizabeth Williams. And she like looked at me and I was like, can we take a picture? Like, I'm like, why am I whisper yelling? Like, we're not in a concourse. But he was
And
like, yeah.
she looked like niggas know me, and I was just like, she looked so confused. Like I didn't know I was gonna. She looked like she did not know she was gonna have that obligation today.
She definitely looked confused. I was like, damn. She probably was like, who the fuck is calling me Elizabeth? Like, what? I was like, damn, that's embarrassing. Yeah. But it was cool though.
But she was
that's
nice.
cool. That's cool.
Uh, who we want to talk about next? The SEC
Yeah, belt to ass.
Yes.
belt to ass
Yeah.
tour.
I'm afraid it went about as expected.
You know what? That's true. I said that I needed South Carolina to win to cancel all the noise. They did what I needed to do. So, shout out to my girls. But we need to discuss Texas and LSU because what the fuck was that?
Okay, so last week, well, we talked about this last week, and I was saying I want to believe in Texas, but I do not. And that last game showed me it was kind of everything that I was hoping they would not do all in one game. It feels like, and I know that Jamae talked about they would need Rory Harmon to show up and to do things, but that offense feels too dependent on Madison Booker making tough shots. And it feels like they're working too hard to get shots on offense. You have to now, of course, late game situations, it'll break down. You're going to need tough shot making in those moments. You can't do that for 40 minutes. You've got to find your easy offense. You've got to have cutters going to the rim. You need spot up shooting in the corner. You need something. But Texas, they just they look lost.
Yeah. And it obviously doesn't help that like Shay Holly is their like designated 3-point shooters, and I don't know 3-point shooter, and I don't know when the last time she hit a 3-pointer. Which is like unfortunate, and I know that their game doesn't rely on 3-point shooting anyway, but like when you have Madison Booker essentially getting locked up the way she was, it's like you need to pull something out. I mean, like Rory did what she could, but she's never been like this, high volume scorer. Um, Taylor Jones, I think, was the only big who was like able to really do anything. It's just like I don't know. It just looks so unserious, and it was even worse against LSU because it was like Madison's the only person who can do anything, pretty much on both sides, and like at this point, Texas, these people are down like 3 starters and they in all this foul trouble. People are playing who have never played before. What are you doing? Like, this is the time for you to like punch them, and they're like, we just gonna walk with them. It's like, what? How is this a thing? Like, and I really don't understand how like I get that like Old Acre, she was kind of frustrated because they were fouling her a bit. And I feel like that kind of took her out of the games. But the other bigs, I'm like, what y'all doing? Nobody on this team is bigger than fucking 6'1". Like ADR
Hmm.
got in the game for 2 minutes. And once Anissa was going, who's only 6'1", like Tamaya Smith is there. She's what, 6'4", 6'3". But that's it. Like y'all should have been cooking them and give us nothing, girl. Like what the world?
Yeah, I just looked. Shay Holly is 1 for 13 from three in the tournament.
Oh, that's nasty.
Disgusting. That's disgusting.
Yeah, so she hit one. She hit one in the game against Ole Miss, and then she was 0 for 5 against LSU, 0 for 4 against South Carolina.
Just yeah, that's just
Which,
nasty.
yeah, it's just, and I mean, I don't want to pick on her, but it's like the the game plan for Texas just kind of fell apart when South Carolina decided, okay, we're going to make it extremely difficult for Madison Booker to get to her spots. And when they did that, you kind of you need somebody to step up. and they just and I'm. It feels like a coaching thing to me because you got to find ways for players to get easier looks.
Again, another white man getting an award that he probably should not have gotten. This is your consolation prize. Like, why are we doing that? I don't know. But like, that man ain't make no adjustments. Like their whole shit all season has been Madison Booker or die. And most of the time, she can cook. They can get by, play a little defense. But like, he not making no real adjustments. Because at this point, don't even really seem like he got the personnel to make no adjustments. Like, just yeah. So Texas stinks. I don't know. I don't believe in them. I never did.
So
Really don't now.
so do we believe that Texas will be a 1 seed come selection Sunday?
Probably
Yeah.
because I don't see Notre Dame needed to win the tournament and they did not do that. So it's they now they need to be the fourth 1 seed, but
Mhm.
if they're not the fourth 1 seed, I'm gonna have to walk down to the NCAA myself because I need y'all to show me what's going on. But yeah, I think they'll still be on 1 seed, unfortunately.
Do we fit? What do we think about LSU in that game against Texas? Like I know they dealt with some injuries, but does it change the way that you feel about them going into the tournament?
I always believed that LSU could go on a run. Um, like the Elite Eight for LSU doesn't feel far fetched to me. So that performance, I don't think moves me any further. Only because I do think I liked what I saw from their bench. Like they really were trying, but it's like they were making mistakes in that game that I think if they had played earlier in the season, they probably wouldn't be making. And so to throw them into a tournament situation where it's like we need y'all to really lock in, I don't know if I see them really rise into that occasion to push them forward, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Uh, I mean, I still have my same opinion of them. It seemed like, oh, bless my heart, excuse me. I don't know. It kind of seemed like, they just play everybody close. So they can compete with the best and the worst. And I don't know. If they go on a crazy run, it wouldn't be like the weirdest thing. Um, but it'd be interesting to see who they beat on that run. But outside of the injuries, I mean, they have the personnel to be successful. Um, so it's just a matter of if they're going to be successful or not.
Okay, so I have to mention this because I just saw Sammy left a comment in the chat, and it says that's why it made no sense for Vic to say South Carolina had a location advantage because Texas had not been playing well since before the tournament, and they had low scoring first halves. Um, yes, that South Carolina has a location advantage thing is stupid. One, and I say one, but it's really my only point. Texas should not be in the SEC. So
Points were made. Points were in fact made.
so
Yeah.
you're playing against a Southeastern Conference team in a tournament in the Southeast. The
That's
the
been there for the last
the
what, like 5 years?
right, and the fans of your school are not there because your school is not in the Southeast. The end.
Also, to me, I feel like coaches doing cop out shit like this after losses, I think is really corny.
And they keep
Like,
doing it in the SEC. Like y'all knew what y'all signed up for,
and like when
bro.
what's his name was like, yeah, they just have all these All
Kenny
Americans
Brooks,
in McGovern.
bum.
Kenny
Kenny,
Brooks,
yeah.
and I'm like, you don't think that's like lame? Like, no, none of our you think that shit was lame? Like, I feel like as a
Why don't you?
fan,
How, like y'all got no All Americans?
Literally, like it honestly pissed me off that he said that because it's like your point guard is the guard that everybody was supposed to be afraid of. She's supposed to be the best guard in the fucking country, and she could not take your team to a championship in the regular season or the tournament. So maybe y'all need to do some internal evaluations instead of worried about who the fuck other people got. Like, be for real.
to me,
Be
I,
very
I feel
serious.
like even as a fan, there are certain uh uh excuses that I feel like are kind of like corny, but also like you're a fan, so you can kind of make any type of excuse you want. But like as a coach, you supposed to say, "Nigga, we got to get in the lab," and that's kind of it. Like it's very rarely any type of thing I feel like a coach could say that's an excuse for why they didn't win and it not be corny. Like if Cheryl Reeves, she was talking about the officiating after the finals. All right, nigga, I get it. That was crazy.
Because that shit was nasty. She
That shit was
deserved that one.
crazy.
She deserved that one.
That like that I get it. It was cool. It was nasty. But like for the most part, bro, don't talk to me about that, bro. Like talking about fouls, talking about not calling certain things. Like, but just tell your team to be better. You get better and tell your team to get better. I remember when we played the Bulls in the first round one year, and their coach was talking about Isaiah Thomas carrying the ball. I'm like, bro, be a man. You need to be a man. You trying to tell to call a carry? Bro, come on now. Let's not. So yeah, that excuse is also South Carolina got motion everywhere. So like, sure, let's say let's say you were to play this in more like let's say you would have played this in Atlanta. Like, would this how much better would this have been?
Not.
For
It's like
Texas?
not getting better,
For
bro.
Texas is not much better.
How
Like
much
it's
better?
not.
Because you were two seed because so the one gonna be in Texas.
It,
So like, I just don't know what he wanted besides just say something like to make himself feel better, and that's cool. But don't say it to us. You're supposed to say that to your family when you go back home and y'all talk about like why you should have won. Like making excuses to your family and friends, cool. To the media, you being corny.
that shit was kind of insane. I can't believe he did that. But again, but to Sammy's point, when I was booing them about that Georgia game, everybody was trying to get them their big ups because they won, ended up winning by 20. They scored 25 points in the first half. You are a D1 basketball program, the number one fucking team in the country, and you scored 25 points in a half? A half? Y'all need to go to hell. Like I cannot. Absolutely not. No way. Very unserious. Very unserious.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm not going like the excuses stuff. I'm not going. Like you know what you sign up for. Like play ball.
Exactly. Lock in.
uh,
Big 12?
UCLA.
Oh, Big 10.
Oh,
Go ahead, Big
wait.
10.
UCLA said you will not beat us 3 times in a row, and I can respect that because beating the team 3 times in a row is hard.
They had some they showed some pride, and that's all I
They were
wanted.
absolutely due.
Can I
And
can I have a rant for a moment? Can I rant about something really for a moment?
hmm
This is just I'm gonna make this try to kind of brief. So I could not watch the UCLA USC game live. So I went back and I watched it when I got home. But on the TL, and this is why I need to get off Twitter. But the TL was writing think pieces, and I mean think pieces about Lindsey Gottlieb need to do better. They need to learn how to play team basketball. USC can't keep getting it like they'll never win anything like this. And they were saying this shit about Notre Dame too. But it really bothered me about USC because I was like, Juju Watkins averages 20 shots a game. Kiki Iriafen probably averages 10. Nobody else is averaging more shots. This is how they play basketball. And the fact that you thought that the fucking Big Ten tournament is when they should be switching shit up, then that's how they shouldn't be playing. Are you dumb? Like, I wanted to be like, are y'all being for real? Like, and I get, and it pissed me off even more because I was like, y'all making it seem like UCLA is a team full of fucking scrubs. Lauren Betts has 17 points, 5 rebounds, 4 steals, and 4 blocks. That's why her fucking team won. Every other game where USC played UCLA, Lauren Betts stinked. Okay, because of USC defense or because her being on her own head. They was not locked in. Lauren Betts locked in. And y'all trying to get on the internet talking about Lindsey Gottlieb rotations. Go to hell. Like quickly. Like, why are we talking about the shot attempts of the team? Like, Juju takes 20 shots every game. This is not new information. Like I don't, why are we acting like that? And the crazier part is what even made me madder was that when I watched the game back, in the first half, USC was playing team basketball. This shit just didn't work in the second half because they missed the shots. Like, that's the game of basketball. You're not going to hit every shot. But the fact that y'all are writing think pieces about Lindsey Gottlieb because USC finally lost a fucking game to UCLA, who they beat twice, it's crazy. And they only lost by 5 points. Like, it's not like they got their ass bust. Oh, I want us to stop think piecing. I needed to stop. I need to think pieces to stop. Lindsey Gottlieb is not that bad of a coach. Should Juju Watkins' teammates, like, should they get more shot attempts? Absolutely. Okay. But y'all should have been talking about that shit in November. It is March. Them motherfuckers is not getting more attempts today. I hate to break it to you. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. It's not happening. Like, wrap that shit up. I don't want to hear it no more. That's it.
So something I think, especially when you scroll the TL during games like that, it's almost always blame for a loss instead of credit for a win. And not to say that two things can't be true, but it feels overwhelmingly it's skewed towards the negatives. Because I'm sure people will look and they'll say, if um if USC their players are getting iced out because Juju played every minute of the game and took 30 shots. Like you said, what's different about that? Like that's what happens. So it's like the problem was not it really wasn't about like a negative for USC, like not in a major way. Like I'm looking now, um Kennedy Smith missed all her threes. How often is that gonna happen? Like I mean, it happens. Like it's not to say that, this could be the best shot for them because who knows? But these things happen. It's a long season. You got a whole other tournament coming up. It's not like this was a make or break for USC.
Losing is not fun, but sometimes it's okay to lose.
And there's no shame in losing to UCLA. Like UCLA has 2 losses this season.
To the
And they're
same
both
team.
and they're
Like,
both to y'all.
if you think
Like
if UCLA hadn't figured out a fucking win, Corey Close would need to fucking turn in her badge. Like, don't even come back. Don't even come back. You're not doing enough. For real. Like, what are y'all talking about? Crazy.
Like it's okay. Like I feel like, and not to say that the critiques are not sometimes valid, but it feels like that can't be all of the conversation. Like you have to segue that into talking about Lauren Betts shooting 70% from the field, or London Jones 3 for 4 from three. Like they played a great game. Talk about Kiki Rice having 8 assists.
Like Angela Dugalich was playing Juju so tight, bro. Like she was on her ass. Okay. Yes, Juju is gonna hit a hard shot because this lady is on her hip. Like I just it's okay. Like they're not gonna win every game. Like and I get like you want to try as a coach to make adjustments for that, but you can't adjust for every fucking thing. Like you can't make your team hit the shot. Like I don't. Nothing you can do about that shit. Like, it is what it is. Very, very, very unserious group of people. So, other than that, the only other thing about the Big Ten tournament that I need to say, well, two things. No, really, it's two things. Michigan, girl, I see you. The other thing though, Ohio State, you are not fucking for real. And that's it, actually. Because you should have lost that damn game to Iowa, actually. But they saved your ass. You saved your ass. But then going out like that for UCLA, you should just fucking lost. If that's what you was gonna show up and do. I don't like it.
And then what? Last but not least,
Big 12,
Oh,
yeah,
the Big 12.
TCU ran through that thing, child.
Yeah.
I
They
hate that for
they
me.
yeah, they took care of business. Which I'm happy for them.
I'm not happy
I
for them.
I'm
thought
happy. I'm
I
happy for
thought
11 players on that team.
I thought I thought Baylor was gonna show a little bit more, but
So
you know,
well, Aaron Vonleh girl, love you down, sister. I'm so glad you remember how to play basketball because it was not looking good for you for a little second there. Um, I don't know though. I really wanted them to win that game. I really wanted them to win the title. Like I wanted them to get their lick back so bad, but it just did not happen for them. Um, Oklahoma State, low key though, Baylor shouldn't have beat Oklahoma State. They kind of hold them. I ain't gonna lie, they kind of hold them. Um, because there was like a foul, there was like an inadvertent whistle, and they took the coach foul. I mean timeout away. It was a mess. It was a mess. So kind of the basketball guys was probably like, this is a little nasty. I can't give y'all that one. But shout out to Oklahoma State. They looked very good. I mean, I know I had said like a couple of weeks ago that I needed to start respecting them, and I did. They look like a solid team. Um, but yeah, in that game, I was like, wow, like y'all really wanted to win. So shout out to them for that.
Now, do we want to go ahead and do our draft?
oh yeah.
Hi, Grant. Okay, so here,
Bartholomew.
I have to find the thingy. Do I know how to work this thing? Yes. Um, so this is a okay. Can you see my screen? No, no,
No.
you can't see anything. LOL. Okay, let's just do that. Let's see how that works. Okay. Can y'all see it?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Um. Okay, so obviously this thing says choose your starting five. I hate that they didn't have like dollar amounts on here.
Yeah,
So
I
I was
hate that
like,
too.
bitch, you can just pick anybody. But I made some rules. um, you cannot pick like you only can pick one person per column. So for example, if you pick Georgia A. Moore, you cannot pick Audie Crooks.
Got
Um,
you.
and so uh do we want to snake draft it? Do we want to just, how do we want to do this?
Oh, okay. I like that.
If we do snake draft, who's going first?
I was gonna let me just pull up a spinner. Let me do that. A spinning wheel of names. All right. Uh, I hate these things. Jay, Janae, and Don. Okay, Don, you're first.
Give me
I wanted to go first.
fuck. Give me Juju Watkins.
They really wanted me to go last. This is some bullshit. All right. All right. Juju? All
Yeah.
right. This pen stinks.
All right.
Dawn picked Juju. Mm. Jay, please don't pick who I want. I'm gonna be so
I'm
mad.
trying to. Okay, so
All right.
I will take. I'll take Paige Beckers.
Oh wow. I definitely didn't think you were gonna do that. Good for me. Thank God. I really wanted Lauren Betts. Whew. I've been thinking about this
Yeah,
all
I was.
day.
You
Yeah,
got you got two
I was
picks.
torn. I was torn there. I was.
Okay. All right, Lauren Betts is my first pick. My second pick is gonna be That's where it started getting murky at. Can't get Juju, but I can't get Paige. I'm gonna take I want. I'm gonna take Sunny Citron.
Took a bit.
Ooh.
Okay. Um,
Okay.
give me. Give me Yvonne Ejim.
Ooh. Oh, God damn it. Okay.
Give me Olivia Audi.
Oh, Olivia
Yeah.
and Audie. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting. Interesting selections. Okay. Who you want, Jay?
I'm taking.
I thought you were about to draw a a pair of glasses with a fake mustache on her.
I'm taking.
No.
Oh, I'm sick.
I know I'm sick already. I already know. Like, fuck. I should do these in different colors actually. Do that. Red.
I will take I'm gonna take Blase.
Ooh, who did I pick? Sonya. Flauget. Interesting. Okay. Yay. And who do I want? Oh, I think that makes okay. I want damn. Oh wait, shit down. You got Juju. I was like, damn, nobody picked Juju. Juju's gone.
I'm surprised no one's picking Hannah.
She actually I'm like, do I want her or
I almost picked Hannah and Audie.
I want ooh, see this is where it fucks me up because I need a fucking power forward. Oh, and I can't pick fucking KK Dempsey. That's why I made that's why I fucked so bad.
Yeah, and
Why you
the
can't?
because she said you can
Sure.
only pick one
Per
player per
row.
column.
Per column, yeah. Fuck. I want to
One
KK
player per
Dempsey.
column.
Oh shit. I tweaked. I tweaked so bad.
I'm surprised you didn't say one person player per row.
No, row makes sense because you only will pick one per position.
Yeah, one position. But column two. She's saying both.
I mean, you could pick two shooting guards if you want. Like, I mean, that's
Okay, okay.
but like anyway. Uh damn. I fucked up. I really damn I fucked up. Okay, I'm gonna take part of me. I'm gonna pick I guess I picked twice. Um Damn, I can't even pick her because I picked Lauren Betts. Fuck!
Yeah. I was looking
Okay, I did not think this through. Okay. Um I'm gonna pick
I I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say
I'm gonna take
I'm
Hannah.
thinking
I have to take Hannah. I have to take Hannah because
okay.
I need a point guard and I don't want either one of none of them. Uh I'm gonna pick Hannah and fuck, dude. Would I even want Hannah? I don't even know if I want Hannah. The chaos agent. I'm gonna pick Sarah Strong.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a good pick.
yeah, Sarah Strong. That's a bounce back. That works. That works.
Okay. That works for me because I'm taking Michaela Williams.
I was between her and Tanaya Latin. I was
Bro,
like, I can't. I was like,
fuck.
who do you want on? L'Oreal last two picks. You got this
I'm
pop.
stunned,
Isn't it back to
Donna.
you?
No, you
Oh, it's
have two
you.
picks.
You got to pick from this column or this column.
Yeah, you actually have to pick. So you have to pick somebody from the middle column and somebody from the furthest right. You actually have like,
Hella good choices. Like,
like you could pick a perfect team.
fuck.
Give me Madison and Kiki.
Yeah,
I
that's what I would do. That's what I would do if I was you.
I almost picked Camille Pierre.
I wanted her too, almost.
See, I was going to pick if I because I had completely forgot about that column rule like two picks in, and I was thinking about damn, I can get Michaela Timpson and Camille Pierre, and I was gonna do Olivia Miles, Juju Watkins, Camille Pierre, Michaela Timpson, and Audie.
I should have picked Michaela Thompson first. I fucked up.
So
Who did you just pick, Jay? Oh, Flau'jae.
yeah, I picked. So I got Paige, Flage,
Yvonne,
Michaela,
and
Michaela Williams, and Yvonne. Let me
Michaela.
see. So I have to pick from column 4.
Yes.
So what? So I'm trying to think of how I want to do this.
You gotta, well, you kind of got a, I don't know, you kind of like a mid-sized group.
Yeah. See. So what I'm thinking
Jermaine, aren't you missing
is
the point guard?
I technically picked
Jam-
Hannah as my point
Jermaine
guard,
not.
but I still have
Yeah,
one
she
more.
took Hannah.
I mean, aren't you? No, 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 sorry, not missing the point guard. Aren't you missing someone on the first row or
Yes,
first column?
I have to go last.
J-
No,
Jermaine
but
not done.
right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I
I'm
I
thought
know
last.
who
no, no, no.
Jermaine picked
I
after
went.
me.
I would no. I thought. Hold
You
on.
went first. Three, three.
Oh,
I'm
you
going
know
back.
what?
I'm last.
I'm looking at. I'm silly. I'm looking at the way the Zoom has us lined up top to bottom, and I keep getting confused on which one. I like you're second on my screen, so I was like, oh, did Jermaine's two? I mean, Jay Trent's 2 picks. I was like, why are these niggas not picked?
Okay, so I'm trying to decide, do I want to go with a traditional big, with a traditional post player, or do I want to take who I think is the best player
In your row.
available?
Is
Yeah.
this oh, this is your row? Okay.
Yeah, it's the fourth column.
I mean column. Yeah, not row.
So I'm going to take
Mm.
Anissa Morrow.
Ooh, wrong color. Two power forwards. You got a little ass team.
Yeah, it's a small team. I know.
Not
I went.
small ball.
They
After
running
y'all
and
blew
gun.
me.
Yeah, we getting out in transition.
Okay, let me see who I want last. I got what row I've got to pick from? This one. Okay, hold on.
That first column.
Bitch, I picked two small forwards. Well, no, Sarah Strong is like a power forward.
Sarah Strong is
Sarah Strong
really
is
a
a power
four.
forward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's really a four.
I don't know why they got her in that let me see how tall she is first before I move
Let me
over.
see.
Tania Latson is calling your name.
She is. She's
Yeah,
calling my name the
yeah.
whole game,
That's what
but
I was
I was
looking
like,
at too.
I can't pick her. She's six
Sarah
two.
Strong is Sarah. Yeah, Sarah Strong is 6'2".
Okay, but I got Lauren Betts, so I'm not really concerned. I'm not really concerned. Hold on. Sonia Citron. Let me see how tall she is. She's 6'1". I'm not too concerned. I'm not too concerned. Because at this point I can't get it. My Georgia Amore isn't really a traditional point guard. Tanaya or Dariana. I don't Dariana kind of small too though. Girl, what's that? Um, yeah, she's 6'1" too. Yeah, you know what? It's Tanaya Latin. I have to pick her. I have to pick her.
Yeah, that's the right pick.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, my team is playing super small, but so let me see.
I'm defending the girls down. I kind of ate, actually.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just
I
going.
ate.
We we running and gunning and we switching everything on defense. Flage is 5'10", Paige is 6 foot, Michaela Williams is 6 foot, Yvonne and Anissa are both 6'1".
Oh, you really? Yeah, you're
So
not.
we just gonna switch everything. We spacing the floor out.
So y'all are cooked. Donovan, let me look at your team. Um, Kiki. You kind of got like a traditional lineup.
Yeah, Don got a nice team.
Mm.
Now, what's really gonna be crazy is when Audie Crooks is my first option.
I mean, if you play respectfully, if you play in my team, all you get in that deep seal in the
Yeah,
post
there. Yeah, you're
and just
cooked.
throwing it and just
Like
throwing their hand up.
y'all niggas throw it down, and if she don't got it, y'all do what y'all gotta do. Uh, but otherwise, y'all dump that bitch down.
Well, you can't do that against my team because I have Lauren Betts and Sarah Strong. Your team might be cooked against my team. Juju is the one that I'm like, kind of side eye. I don't know what I'm gonna do with her. But low key, I could just let y'all cook. I
This will
could
be
let
the
you cook
easiest
and
setups
everybody else
of
cook.
Olivia Miles' life.
You said it'd be her what?
This will be the easiest setups of Olivia Miles' life.
Juju and Maddie on the wings is kind of nasty.
Extremely.
And then Madison Booker get to eat because it's like, I mean, we were just talking about how like outside of her, it's like, what y'all doing? But now it's like, it's some shit out here. Kiki has your fifth option or your fourth or fifth, whatever. It depends on the day.
I think my team can beat both of y'all's in a 3-game series. Yeah. She can't beat Lauren Betts and Sarah Strong. That's just like too much of a 1-2 punch. And then Hannah on the perimeter, I don't think. Yeah.
Yeah. On in retrospect, I should have taken Lauren Betts first just so Jamaica can get her.
That's insanely nasty. That is insanely nasty. The crazy part is I was thinking about this earlier. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna make the rule like one person per column. And I had picked my team out. I was like, I'm gonna pick Lauren Betts, I'm gonna pick Michaela Timpson. I was gonna get uh Lauren, KK, um I think the point guard was where I was like kind of getting fucked up at. Cause I think I picked Michaela Williams, Tanaya Latson. I was like, I don't know who I'm gonna pick from the top row. Don't none of them like really work for me. But but I think I had to end up picking Kiki Rice. And then I fucked up not picking KK. It worked out though. I think Sonya Citrona, I think I can work out with Sonya Citrona and Sarah Strong.
Yeah, that was me when I picked Devon Ejim and I realized I couldn't get Madison Booker. I was like, ah, yeah.
Yeah, kind of cooked.
I thought I was looking too far ahead.
Fortunately for me, I forgot the rules until about the third round. So I was playing on vibes and it worked out for me. You think long, you
Yeah,
think wrong.
Juju, Olivia and Audie. I was like, what the fuck kind of lineup is this?
And you
Like,
think, see, and what was also crazy, I was definitely about to go after I picked Juju, I was definitely about to pick Hannah and Audie, and I was like, I need a setup person. I need someone who is the lowest of K's of passing this ball. And so, unfortunately, Hannah, you will be passed on. But I wanted her. But I know Olivia is the happiest of setting people up, and I was like, I'm sure she would be absolutely fantastic uh, to to pass Audie the ball down low or to find Juju open on the wings. But yeah, I definitely wanted Camille Pierre and Michaela Timpson, but I had already fucked up getting Olivia Miles. Well,
uh,
not fucked up, but you know.
yeah. I had started to be like, I was like, oh well, after I picked Sonya, I was like, oh, I'm just getting Michaela Blake. So I was like, fuck, I already picked Lauren. Putting them both in that role diabolical. I'm sorry. This like the how this is set up by column is crazy. Like there's no like rhyme or rhythm to how these people are set up. And it's
That's
kind of cracking me up.
I feel like they didn't put numbers, so there was no controversy.
I wish, yeah, and that's why they didn't. But I wish they did. I need somebody to remake this with Dollar Mouse. and then we can run that back.
Someone has to
When I make the graphic with dollar amounts.
someone has to fall on the sword of getting slandered for putting someone in the wrong spot.
This how I would have done it. Just say, just be like, that first column is $1, and the furthest right column is $5. If they're gonna be like, oh, why is I don't care. It's not my problem. Y'all pick your teams.
Oh my god. They're gonna be like, the fucking Michaela Williams is $1 over Camille Pierre. Like, yep.
Yeah, yeah. Just be
Like,
like, be like, Michaela Blake's is $5 and Juju was $4. Yeah, it's like, are you mad about that? Make your own graphic. I don't know.
make your own graphic. Oh man. I'll post this tomorrow. We'll do a poll. We'll see whose team would win.
And for everybody that's gonna be like, what is Jay doing? I don't know.
Small
But I
ball.
have but I have fun, and that's what matters.
We'll try to do one of these every other couple episodes or so. I'm sure by the time the WNBA season hits, it's gonna be a bunch.
Yeah,
Um,
we should have did an unrivaled one.
Oh, we should have. That would have been fun. We between now and draft time, we probably can.
I can make one up.
Jay, would you like to say the line?
Oh yeah, I believe all hearts and minds are clear.
Well, this has been another lovely episode of Pull Up Three. As always, thank y'all for joining us. I am Paragon Don,
I'm Jermaine.
And I'm Jay Trent.
and we will talk to y'all later. And cut.
It is cut.